You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by Sioux Falls EasterEggHunt.com. I think I woke Dan up over there. How you doing, man?
Hunting eggs.
Yeah.
Put on some camo, spray on a little deer musk.
Yeah, I don't think that's how you hunt an egg.
Get out there, tramp through the woods, steer them up.
The tree stand.
I'm bringing my egg dog. Pretty serious stuff going on.
Yeah, you are serious.
Birthdays today. Princess Leia's mom, Debbie Reynolds.
Okay. Yeah.
Debbie Reynolds. She was the mother of Carrie Fisher.
I had to think this through a bit. Yeah.
And I just made that connection because I'm pretty quick on my feet today.
You are.
Which should actually stun everyone. U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Been wearing the big black robe since 2006. Samuel Alito is 71 today.
Happy birthday.
And got to be one of my all-time favorite characters, Mr. Carlson, Arthur Carlson, the general manager of WKRP in Cincinnati.
One of my all-time
Gordon Jump
favorite shows.
He was a neat dude.
Yeah.
He was. Left the planet back in 2003. Holy cow.
Remember he was the Maytag repairman?
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yes, he was one of those guys. He's just a lovable
He
old guy.
Neat dude.
1976. It would just be so great to, have like video or tape of just some of these meetings. It was this day, it became official. A pretty young Steve Wozniak, along with some guy named Steve Jobs, found Apple Computer in the garage of Jobs' parents' home in Cupertino, California.
Yeah.
1976.
Yeah.
It's a couple of buddies going, hey.
You know,
We did this.
There was another person that was involved that didn't stay involved, and they sold out for like $1,000 or something.
I bet you've interviewed him.
No, I didn't.
How would you like to be that guy? How awful would that be?
Dan.
You walked away with nothing.
No, you got a couple $1,000, and then he looks back, he's like, yeah, that's worth $7 billion.
mistake.
That's
now.
pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because every now and again I think about this. Now, my father passed a long time ago. But I can remember every now and again there'd be a guy, you get up on Sunday morning and there'd be some guy like sleeping on the sofa in the living room. I won't give last names, but his first name was Charlie, and he was like, a fake uncle to the kids. He was around quite a bit. Lifelong friend of my dad's. Charlie asked my father when they were fairly young, hey, I want to start this company. And my dad said, you know what, I kind of don't think so. It went on to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, road construction companies in the state of Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
He became a multimillionaire several times over. My dad went into the car business. So it's like,
Decisions.
hey, Dad, don't think I'm not holding a grudge to this day. So, yeah, interesting stuff. What else is going on here was 1778. New Orleans businessman by the name of Oliver Pollock creates the symbol we now know as the dollar sign.
Oh, really?
Today, yeah. Some guy came up with that, and it stuck and caught on. And
What year was that?
was 1778.
Okay.
Now, I wonder if what I read was true.
No, what I just said is completely true. So don't even.
All right, well, I'll be quiet then.
Because I research this stuff. You know me. I don't just say things.
Yeah.
Never.
It is.
1853. A long time ago, Cincinnati becomes the very first U.S. city to employ full-time professional firefighters.
Nice.
Isn't that something?
Pretty
That's
cool.
very cool.
Holy cow.
That is a very big deal. That's awesome.
Wonder what their first calendar looked like.
Don't know that they
Well, there you have it. Big stuff coming up. We've got some changes coming up in the bonus hour.
Yeah.
Starting today. Pretty exciting stuff, and we'll get to that in just a bit. So I know, we all know. We just get this done.
We'll do it. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you this whole week by Sioux Falls EasterEggHunt.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm ruggedly handsome. I'm a heck of a man. I mess around with nature whenever I can.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love the little critters and the big critters, too. Like to cook them up in a tasty stew.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan. Well, it's time for Critter Corner right here on Sunny. If you like the show, then send me some money.
He's Ranger Dan.
Cash and credit card only. Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger
And
Dan.
there's your heartfelt little snappy salute off the well-started brim of the Ranger Dan cap to you, too. How you doing over there, Bill? Hi, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
I gotta tell you what, always a sight for sore eyes. And I gotta tell you, my eyes are usually pretty darn sore. Hey, Easter coming up on Sunday, so we've been spending pretty much the whole of this week on Critter Corner talking about, well, bunnies, rabbits,
Okay.
Easter bunny mainly, and what's going on there. We're gonna mix a little folklore here with some factual stuff, some real critter knowledge here this morning. Goes like this: question's been for a number of years the Easter bunny. What gender is that thing?
Right.
It can kind of go both ways when you read through the history.
I always
of
thought it was a boy.
You know, and most people in the United States of America is taken as boys. Usually when you see old Peter Rabbit there, he's wearing a vest and a little necktie and whatnot, and he's jumping around. But when you look at just the decorative part of it, you know, in touch with the feminine side, with all the beauty that goes along with Easter, you could make the argument, well, Easter Bunny must be female.
Right.
But then that starts getting pretty gender specific, and this is 2021, so the fact of the matter is Easter Bunny could be male or female. There's a lot going on there. Heck, it could be what they refer to as non-binary. I don't know what that means, but my legal department said I should probably mention that.
Oh, okay.
My guess is there's
You get a legal department.
probably a bunch of Easter bunnies. There's a lot of work to do, so I'm just saying there's probably more than one, including all of the 63 relatively new genders that we contend with today. Now, here's the thing. Rabbits really, 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 really like making little rabbits. In fact, and this is a fact, this is critter knowledge at its best, a rabbit is raring to go and start breeding at just between 3 to 6 months of age.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Once they start, there's no stopping
There is
them.
no stopping them.
They can mate 8 months out of the year
Really?
for the rest of their, on average, 9 to 12 years of their lifespan.
Breeding like rabbits.
They have a gestation period. That means a pregnancy time of just 30 days.
Oh, my gosh.
And on average, the number of baby bunnies born, called a litter, is between 6 and 12.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, doing some simple math here, stick with me. We're going to be moving pretty fast. So let's say the average lifespan of bunnies 10 years. Then they've got 8 months where they can make little bunnies. So you got 80 months time, 10 years. So 80 times 10, okay, 80. So you got 10 years. Okay, so 80 months and then say about an average of 9 bunnies a month. So you got 9 times 80. Are you with me here?
Oh, yeah, that's a
Yes.
lot. That's-
That's 9 times. That is, holy population explosion. That's over 100 bunnies.
It is over 100.
But on a serious note, you know,
Jeez.
Easter, of course, has a much more specific reason than just the Easter bunny and the treats and all that kind of thing. And most rabbit scientists speculate that the majority of rabbits, if they were people, they would very likely be practicing Orthodox Catholics. Science! Well, that's all the time we have today, little radio rangers. Range Dan, say it with me.
Yes, sir.
I really need to quit drinking.
I really need to give up drugs.
It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. And Mr. Dan Farris is back in the studio right now.
City of Sioux Falls is calling all creatives, artists specifically, and this is kind of fun. The Sioux Falls Arts Council is now out there. Your opportunity, if you are an artist, to showcase your creativity throughout downtown Sioux Falls. Because, of course, they've got the sculpture walk. That's been going on for a number of years. But they also have a little over 24 different utility boxes located throughout downtown.
Yeah.
And they're looking for artists to
make them pretty.
Make them pretty.
All righty.
Nice. It's a neat idea.
That is a good idea. Instead of having eyesores sitting around, that's awesome.
And so what they do is you submit your artwork to the council. They're going to pick, and I guess it's 26 different utility boxes. So 26, I guess, winners, you would call them.
Yeah.
And what they will do is take that artwork and have vinyl wraps.
I was going to say that.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so you don't have to sit down there and actually try to paint this darn thing.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a really neat idea.
You know, and it makes
then it'll
it,
last longer that way.
Yeah,
well.
and it makes it kind of look far more professional, too, and get a little...
I like that.
Get a little continuity going there. So it can be painting, it can be drawing, it can be digital art, illustration, photography is included in this. And again, if your piece is selected, the Arts Council will work with you specifically on getting a high-resolution image of that made and then wrapped around the utility box downtown.
I think we all need to submit something.
We should totally submit something really cool.
I think they all should have some kind of image of my... well, as you know, we have a very storied friendship, Keanu Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see
cool.
26 different versions of John Wick down there.
That would be awesome.
There's a statement. Welcome to Sioux Falls. Don't screw around.
Do you remember The Bridges of Madison County, the movie?
John, this is going to stun you. Didn't care. Never watched it.
Never watched
no.
it?
It was
No.
horrifying.
Clint Eastwood in a feely little movie?
But
No.
I'm just saying.
It was bad.
No.
So
I
you've
agree.
heard of the movie, though, right?
Yes.
So when we lived in Madison County, Nebraska, I went to a meeting where they were talking about doing the fridges of Madison County.
Okay, that's funny.
And then putting refrigerators out in front of places and people would decorate them. And I was all over them. Like, this is hilarious. I love this. And it got voted down. They didn't want it because they thought, well, if somebody could, get inside and get trapped in a refrigerator. I'm like, well, we'll have them all welded shut. Like we had a plan. But I thought it was really funny.
That
Fridges
was
of
cute.
Madison
That
County.
is cute.
So that when you were talking about decorating a utility box, it instantly made me think of that. So can we make them all look like refrigerators? Would that be
I
fun?
think it'd be neat to have some kind of theme, actually.
I think so, too.
I don't know, but I'm not in charge. I'm just sharing the information.
I appreciate that. If I would like to register, where do I do that? Do you know?
Yeah, you actually have to call them.
Really?
Yup.
Submit my artwork over the phone?
Yeah, apparently.
And that's the Arts Council.
Yeah, Sioux Falls Arts Council. And
right.
I don't have a web address here, but I'm sure if you just punch up Sioux Falls Arts Council, it'll take you to where you need to be. So,
All right. Well, Dan, thank you for the update, sir.
absolutely.
I feel really weird because I get to say goodbye to you right now. Usually you hang around for entertainment news.
Well,
but-
we're going to have an explanation coming up for what we're doing that's going to be new for the month of April.
Yeah, so we've got, we doing that now or we're doing that later?
No, don't boot me yet.
Okay, well, we'll have Dan come back. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. And this break brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. If you could do something today that could save someone's life, would you do it? If it didn't cost you a dime and only took a little time and could literally save a life, would you do it? Can you believe that only 3% of people say yes to this? How's that possible? That's the real percentage of people who give blood. It's something you can do whether you're a millionaire, middle class, or completely poor. There's no fee and it's easy to do. And you can literally save a life. Let's roll up our sleeves and make a difference. Give blood. We can do better than 3%. Learn more at redcrossblood.org. Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture, and we are going to brighten your morning right now. Going to brighten your whole day, hopefully, with some positive news. On the phone with me right now, I have Ryan O'Connor, and he is with the Sioux Falls Prayer Breakfast, and it's tomorrow already? Holy cow, Ryan, this is something you guys do every year, and we've got a pretty exciting guest for tomorrow, don't we?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, we're excited about it, like you said. So we do this every year. This will be the 44th annual. We weren't able to do it last year with COVID. Last year we had Brian Welch from Korn queued up to come. We had to cancel it, and now we've got him queued back up to come in this year. And we're really excited about this message and excited about what the Lord can do with this message. Brian, of course, a unique story there. Korn, huge heavy metal rock band, not exactly what people think of when they think of Christianity, but just a powerful message on how Brian was on top of the world, heavy metal world with Korn, selling 40 million albums, yet something was missing in his life, and he had everything worldly, and he found himself miserable, turned to in some moments of despair where he's looking at his life. He had a child, and things weren't going great. He had his child actually on the road with him with Korn, and just wasn't the life that he had envisioned, and found himself really in despair and turned towards God in that moment. He had some friends who had been introducing him, taking him to church, introducing him to the Bible and to God and to the sacrificial love of Christ. And Brian responded, and the Lord changed his life. It wasn't a perfect, immediate, transformation of all of his life, but eventually through kind of some ebbs and flows, wrestling with drug addiction and methamphetamines, was able to, the Lord took that away from him. He was able to get his life figured out to where he realized, he couldn't live the way that he wanted to live in Christ and be a part of Korn at that point in his life. So he turned away from Korn, quit the band, and really started focusing on being a father and wrestling and with his faith, trying to figure out who Christ was and how Christ, died for his sins and what that meant to him. And so quit Korn and stayed away from Korn for quite a while, and then he felt a call to go back to Korn. Some people would question, how can you be in Korn and be a Christian? Brian feels like that's where the Lord has put him. There are people that go to Korn concerts that would not go to church. They won't listen to other people, but Brian has credibility.
I'm looking at the image right now of Brian Welch, and this is not who you would expect to walk in and see speaking at the Sioux Falls Prayer Breakfast, but to me, that is absolutely amazing because, what does a Christian look like? Well, can look like anything.
Absolutely. Yeah, he looks different than most people you're going to see in church on Sunday, right? But Brian's story is an example of Christ's love, right? I mean, Christ loves everyone. Christ died for everyone, regardless of what they look like. We have a tendency to think Christians maybe need to kind of look a certain way or act a certain way. Well, that's not how Christ was. Christ loved everyone implicitly. He died on the cross for everyone. And the fact that, he can reach Brian in this moment of despair and where Brian is just living the worldly life, but floundering internally. He knows something's missing, right? And so I believe, God was just pulling on him and really trying to draw him in. And Brian, through some friends and through really not ignoring that, but really trying to figure out, who is Christ, right? Asking those questions. And that's, you're exactly right. We hope that that Korn fans will come and just listen to this message, right? People that normally, maybe they wouldn't come to the Sioux Falls Prayer Breakfast, but Brian can draw them in and they can hear this message. And this is what I love every year about the Sioux Falls Prayer Breakfast is it's this opportunity to kick off Easter weekend to go and hear this transformation story. What has Christ done in someone else's life, right? How has Christ's death, which we're going to, we're going to look at and honor on Friday, and then his resurrection on Sunday, right? So Christ defeated death, right? And so he has that transformative power to overcome death, right? If Christ can overcome death, certainly he can forgive you for whatever sins you've committed in your life, right? He has the ability to do all that. He loves you, and that's the powerful message. And that's what I always love about this Good Friday, the Sioux Falls Prayer Breakfast. It's a transformation story of what Christ has done in someone's life, and hopefully people can just take that and consider it. And if you're already a Christian and you already understand that, it still gives you this opportunity to have a conversation with somebody about it. Like, hey, man, do you know Brian Welch's story? You know, check this out. This is this amazing story I just heard. And every year we try to do that. We try to bring somebody in with a transformation story of what Christ has done in their life.
And if you'd like to go, tomorrow is the big day. Tickets available right now. You can find all the information at SiouxFallsPrayerBreakfast.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at BetterCreditCards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at BetterCreditCards.com. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. At this point, we would typically have a little thing called Entertainment News of the Day. We're taking a month off for two reasons. First of all, nothing all that exciting to do in the entertainment world right now anyway. So we're not going to miss anything, are we, Dan?
I don't think so, John.
I think we're going to miss anything. But we've got something that's really, really cool. This is something Dan started when? Like 25 years ago?
You know, I thought we did. Then I come to find out it was a real thing. It got launched about 30 years ago by an organization that calls themselves Fellowship of Merry Christians.
Okay.
And that was about back in 1996. I was working with Dan Christofferson.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how we decided. I said, hey, let's do something called Holy Humor Month, which...
Yeah.
I don't know, and we just ended up through the month of April, every morning, Monday through Friday, we actually talked to a member of the clergy.
Yeah.
Just chatted with them a little bit, talked about the congregation, what they had going on, and then they had to tell a joke or share a really amusing story or something, and it turned into like a thing.
And we're really excited to do this. And in addition to us doing this, we also brought a partner on board that's doing this with us, Crossroads Book and Music. So a big thank you to the folks over there.
Yep, sponsored by Russ and Chris and the crew over there. They've been getting it done for, 50 years now in Sioux Falls.
This weekend is Easter, so it's a great time. If you're thinking, hey, what should I get for Easter gift for somebody? If I'm trying to come up with something, they have all the bases covered, literally.
Yeah, so we'll be talking to folks of the cloth or people involved in the Christian community. But the fact of the matter is, and a lot of people, and I just saw this story the other day, United States of America, lowest level of church membership ever. It's under 50%. And you'd think with what we've been through the last number, you'd think that would grow.
Yeah.
But no.
And it is easier today to attend church than it's ever been, ever in the history of ever. Because you can literally click a button and watch church
online. You can
online.
Go to the services.
Yeah.
And...
So there are many times I catch myself, like literally in my pajamas, drinking coffee, watching church, on a Sunday. So super simple, super easy. And if you don't have a home church during this month, we're going to be talking to a lot of different people. So if you hear one, you go, they sound like fun.
Oh, yeah, churches all over the empire, all the denominations. Hopefully we're going to cover the bases and get it done. So.
Now, I also want to throw this out there because we've reached out to a bunch of churches, and several of them have already scheduled days that they're going to be on with us. But if you, listening right now, are a pastor of a church or you're in a ministry or somehow you would fit this category and you have not yet been approached, please reach out to me. John@sunnyradio.com is my email. You can call the station, but we'd love to get you on the schedule as well.
Call the station 933-1980.
Sioux Falls is a little thin on rabbis and synagogues.
But we're working on that. And I've got some fun stuff that we're working on. I am so excited for some of these that we're lining up right now.
So Holy Humor Month.
Holy Humor Month. And it's going to be a ton of fun. So that'll be at this time each day for the rest of the month. We're super excited. And a big thank you to our friends at Crossroads Book and Music for being the sponsor on that. Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Absolutely. Let it rip.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. And all this week been brought to you by the Sioux Falls Easter Egg Hunt. You can learn more at SiouxFallsEasterEggHunt.com.
I really need to give up drugs.
I really need to quit drinking.
It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, April 1st, 2021. Equity markets extended recent gains and set new all-time highs Wednesday following the release of the president's infrastructure spending plans. The plans, worth upward of $2 trillion, include heavy tax increases expected to fully fund the deal within 15 years. Wall Street cheered the news despite the thought of higher taxes, but the reality may turn into a sell the news event. In other news, the economic data this week has been strong and points to a robust NFP report on Friday. On Wednesday, the ADP employment report showed number of new jobs increased by over 500,000 in March and was compounded by an equally strong read on Chicago PMI. The Chicago PMI increased by 7 points to outpace consensus by 6 points and rise to its highest level since 2017. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.